This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're online with Neil Jaworski. He is a global nutritionist with Trouw Nutrition, and Neil has worked with Trouw for 5 years, focusing on feed ingredient evaluation. Thanks for being with us today, Neil.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
Very good. Let's talk a little bit today about zinc oxide use in piglets. Tell me a little bit about how and why it's being used right now.
Zinc oxide is used in pharmacological levels for nursery pigs. So right after they're weaned, we feed this high level of zinc oxide, especially in the Americas. In Europe, we're getting away from that. But anyways, we feed this high level of zinc oxide to reduce post-weaning diarrhea. That's the main thing. And most likely it's used because that pig is transitioning from sow milk to solid feed. And we hypothesize that this is a transition of the microflora, and the zinc oxide helps mask our inability to really properly help this transition at the moment nutritionally.
Very good. So in other words, just that transition from milk to feed is just more than what their bodies can kind of handle, right?
Yes, exactly. Or we don't understand what their bodies need in that smooth transition, and even further, what the microbes need in that transition.
Right.
Because those microbes really aren't being fed when the pig is drinking milk. Most of that milk is digested, so there's not a lot left for the microbes to eat. Now they go to solid food.
Right.
There's a lot of protein and a lot of fiber that we're feeding now because they're not eating milk, that those microbes now have to all of a sudden shift to figure out how to eat. And we believe, or I believe, that zinc oxide is helping control the microbes in the correct way to make a more smooth transition from milk to feed.
Very good. And milk is really kind of just absorbed right into their system. It's a completely different process when they start eating feed, I would think.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of other things now that we're providing them in the diet, many other feed ingredients that aren't as digestible. And so these undigested portions are going to be food for the microbiota. And if you feed the microbiota the wrong things, that can lead to differences in populations. So you can get proteolytic fermentation occurring. And a lot of that is one of the reasons for post-weaning diarrhea.
Right. And so I guess a lot of people are seeing this as a real negative in the industry, but how can producers use this as kind of as a management opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity to try and understand how best to transition this pig from and the microbes, again, the microbes from milk to solid feed. So some strategies nutritionally that you could use are to look at your lactose levels in that first diet. We see that zinc oxide completely destroys or eliminates lactobacillus in the intestinal tract. Why is that? I don't know, but this transition and the supply of lactose probably has something to do with it. We also see another management strategy is to just reduce protein so that you have less undigested protein ending up in the hindgut that's going to be fermented again, causing post-weaning diarrhea. And the third thing you can do is understand dietary fiber better and the fiber fermentation by these weanling pigs. And that also will help you to decipher a little more of this microbiota response that we see. And in the end, hopefully, you still have this opportunity to use feed ingredients in the right way, decrease your reliance on this zinc oxide, and still control post-weaning diarrhea.
Very good. Any other tips, I guess, for producers to really kind of balance this transition as they're moving through?
Yeah, I think it's a full package. So I talked about the feed package and some management strategies that you can take. It's going to be focused on biosecurity and health of the animals, also crowding, temperature, all these other stressful events that you
Right.
can throw more on the pig, that's going to increase the risk for post-weaning diarrhea just because of that pressure. So it will be a lot more work to manage without zinc oxide, that's for sure. But the opportunities are there to really begin to rely on a full package of a feed farm health type approach.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Neil.
All right, thank you, Sarah. It was a pleasure.
This is Sarah Meixel with the Pig Site.